Nestled in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains off of Heritage Highway 441 near Clayton, Georgia, it's a place where the boundaries of time and location are slowly being blurred. When gazing at the rows of vines sitting pristinely below Tiger Mountain, it is difficult to gauge where Europe ends and the South begins. Tiger Mountain Vineyards has used the area's mild climate and the slopes of the eponymous mountain, as well as traditional European winemaking techniques, to become one of Georgia's premier makers of fine European wines. The farm at Tiger Mountain has been in the Ezzard family for 5 generations. In the mid-90s, John and his wife Martha moved back to the farm from Denver. In its many years, the farm has taken multiple forms, from crop farm to dairy farm to apple orchard, but John and Martha decided the next iteration of the farm should be something more exotic. John and Martha decided a vineyard would be a stretch from the norm, especially in the mid-90s, when North Georgia vineyards were much less popular than they are now. The first vine planted by John was the Native American grape Norton. John also traveled to Virginia to seek advice from Dennis Martin, a winemaker who had success growing grapes on the East Coast. It was there John decided to plant an unusual variety of fine European vinifera. The vines, however, took years to mature. At that time, the Ezzards didn't know what they would do with the grapes once they were harvested. The first step in creating the winemaking operation, of which 50% is owned by the Ezzards, the other 50% by John and Marilyn McMullen of Athens, was converting the Ezzards' old roadside creamery into a winery. They have since expanded, but the new tasting and production rooms sit directly behind the creamery. Tiger Mountain was able to obtain its first customers through their wine club. Wine club members must buy 2 cases of wine the first year and 1 each ensuing year. They also receive benefits such as a 20% discount on all wines and an invitation to Tiger Mountain's many social gatherings. From humble beginnings, Tiger Mountain's wine club now has over 2,000 members. The wine club also makes up a large majority of Tiger Mountain's revenue, close to 80%. The winery now sells between 2,000 and 3,000 cases of wine a year. Another key to the success of Tiger Mountain has been gradual growth, and only buying more equipment and hiring new staff when the need arises. They currently have 4.5 full-time employees, according to John, but the Ezzards continue to do much of the work themselves. Tiger Mountain has also been successful due to the high-end customers they bring in, through a combination of unusual European varieties and an opportune location. Many of the people who live on the surrounding Lake Raven and Lake Burton areas and in Highlands, North Carolina, are second homers and have a primary residence in a place like Atlanta, something Martha said has been crucial to Tiger Mountain's branding. It's not only the customers who have loved Tiger Mountain's wines. Since 2001, their wines have won over 160 awards. They also have the Red Barn Cafe, a restaurant John spoke of. The barn was once used for holding dairy cows, which John milked as a child. The cafe, open only on weekends, May through November, now helps drive traffic to the tasting room and has improved the amount of business they do on site. 2012, the cafe's first full year of operation, coincided with record revenue for Tiger Mountain. The vineyard is a second career for John and a third for Martha, and the Ezzards are now admittedly entering the twilight years. The farm will assuredly stay in the Ezzard family for a 6th generation, most likely passed down to their daughter Lisa, who's moved back to the vineyard in hopes of one day taking over. The winery, however, is a joint venture with the McMullens, and its future is less certain. However, decisions on its future are still years away. For now, the Ezzards will continue to grow the vineyard slowly, put their hands in the dirt, and literally enjoy the fruits of their labor.